Did you know? The publisher of ancient magic, Bazoo, Mahou, Sekai, went bankrupt the day after the game was released on July 23, 1993. Work on Bazoo had started in the summer of 1992 as a last-ditch effort to save the flailing company. With debt collectors circling the company, CEO Ruri Hirano decided to go all in on one last game that he believed would not only save the company, but also propel them to the heights of Capcom and Konami. The problem was, the company was out of money. Hirano wound up going to the Yakuza to fund the project, leaving his only daughter, Aza Hirano, as collateral. Aza was reported missing mere weeks after the launch of the game, and she has not been seen since. Did you know? One of the characters in the game is named Akio Aya. This is said to be a combination of the names of a prominent young developer at the company, Akio Hina, and the young wife of a majority shareholder, Aya Ichiru. At first dismissed as coincidence, it was later discovered that Akio and Aya were in the midst of a torrid love affair during the game's development. One of the lines of dialogue uttered by Akio Aya in the game translates to, "Smooth skin spun of silk," a line from a popular Japanese song from the late 80s about a young man falling in love with an older woman. Did you know? When Kenta Ichiru, husband of Aya Ichiru, found out about the affair between his wife and the developer, he had his wife sent on a plane to France where she lived out the rest of her life. Akio Hina was then demoted from developer to a low position in the mailroom. Stricken with grief, Akio was found hung by his own necktie just days later with a note that read merely, "Smooth skin spun of silk." Did you know? The death of Akio Hina struck a chord with the rest of the workers at the company. The developers began inserting hidden messages in the game's dialogue referencing the tragedy. One such message takes place in a subplot in which the main character of the game must free a woman from her abusive husband. Also, what appears to be Akio's face can be seen in the background of the screen during the game's opening cinematics. Did you know? As the deadline for release closed in, the Yakuza began kidnapping workers at the company to show the CEO that they meant business. The kidnappings created a great solidarity within the company. The workers put their entire lives on the line, certain that the game would be a big success. Soon enough, a suicide pact had been initiated between the workers. If the game was not a success, they worked to commit suicide, together. Did you know? Upon realization that the game was not very good and that the company would soon go bankrupt, the suicide pact evolved into a murder pact. They decided to go to war with the Yakuza at the end of development. The group quickly turned to black magic and summoned the Tiki Tiki, a vengeful Japanese ghost, to assist in their revenge against the Yakuza. Did you know? Not much is known about how the events that took place after the game's release transpired. All that is known is the aftermath. Every member of Hot B, the company behind Bazoo, was found dead in an apartment building said to be owned by the Yakuza. Along with the workers of Hot B, the bodies of 79 Yakuza were also found. Did you know? The Hot B Death Hotel, as it is known today, is a major tourist attraction in Kyoto, Japan. The game, Bazoo, was played by maybe like 10 people and it was pretty terrible.